agenda. Okay, good evening, everybody. We're going to call this meeting to order. It is 6 p.m. Today is December 4th, 2023. My name is Chris Pia, and this is the Town Council Special Council meeting. Excuse me, Town of Stratford Special Council meeting. First item on the agenda is item 2, an ordinance appropriating $1,030,371.34 for the Wilcoxon Elementary School boiler replacement and HVAC upgrades project. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Mr. Chairman.
Ms. Dancho.
Motion to approve item 2.
Motion by Ms. Dancho.
I'll second.
Seconded by Mr. Shake. Any discussion on that? Seeing none, call for a vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Sorry, thank you, Ms. Paquette. It's going to be a roll call vote as a final passage of an ordinance. Ms. Paquette.
Ms. Shake.
Yes.
Ms. Rice.
Yes.
Mr. Poisson.
Yes.
Ms. Sutton. Yes. Mr. Connor. Mr. O'Brien.
Yes.
Ms. Dancho.
Yes.
Chairman Pia.
Chair votes aye.
That's 8. Yep.
Next item on the agenda is item 3. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Mr. Chairman,
Ms. Dancho.
I motion to approve item number 3, an ordinance authorizing the issuance of $1,030,371.34 bonds and obligations of the town to meet the appropriation for the Wilcoxon Elementary School boiler replacement and HVAC upgrades project, and pending issuance thereof, the making of temporary borrowings for such purpose, and that this be the second reading of the ordinance be dispensed with, as copies have been provided to each council member, and that the same be adopted as a second reading, and the foregoing be and is hereby approved effective 30 days from passage.
Okay,
I'll
motion made
second.
by Ms. Dancho. I have a second by Ms. Shake. Any discussion on the item? Seeing none, we'll call for Ms. Paquette.
Ms. Shake.
Yes.
Ms. Rice.
Yes.
Mr. Poisson.
Yes.
Ms. Sutton. Mr. Connor. Mr. O'Brien.
Yes.
Ms. Dancho.
Yes.
Chairman Pia.
Chair votes aye.
8-0.
Motion passes 8-0. Next item is item 4. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Mr. Chairman,
Ms. Dancho.
I motion to approve an ordinance appropriating $596,756.16 for the Chapel Elementary School boiler replacement project, and that the second reading of the above entitled ordinance be dispensed with, as copies thereof have been previously provided to each council member, and that the same be adopted as a second reading, and the foregoing be and is hereby approved effective 30 days from passage.
Okay, motion by Ms. Dancho. Mr. Connor, do you want a second? Your district? Okay, Mr. Connor on the second. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll call for a vote. Ms. Paquette.
Ms. Shake.
Yes.
Ms. Rice.
Yes.
Mr. Poisson.
Yes.
Ms. Sutton. Mr. Connor. Mr. O'Brien.
Yes.
Ms. Dancho.
Yes.
Chairman Pia.
Chair votes aye.
8-0.
Motion passes 8-0. Next item is item 5. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Mr. Chairman,
Ms. Dancho.
I motion to approve an ordinance authorizing the issuance of $596,756.16 bonds and obligations of the town to meet the appropriation for the Chapel Elementary School boiler replacement project, and pending issuance thereof, the making of temporary borrowings for such purpose, and that the second reading of the ordinance be dispensed with, as copies have been provided to each council member, and that the same be adopted as a second reading, and the foregoing be and is hereby approved effective 30 days from passage.
This motion been made by Councilwoman Dancho. Mr. Connor, you want to second that one again? Second by Mr. Connor. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll call for a roll call vote. Ms. Paquette.
Ms. Shake.
Yes.
Ms. Franceschi.
Yes.
Ms. Rice.
Yes.
Mr. Can. Oh, he's not here. Mr. Poisson.
Yes.
Ms. Sutton. Mr. Connor. Mr. O'Brien.
Yes.
Ms. Dancho.
Yes.
Chairman Pia.
Chair votes aye.
9-0.
Motion passes 9-0. Thank you. Next item on the agenda item is item 6. It is a referral to the Planning Commission. I'll entertain a motion to approve. Ms.
Mr.
Dancho?
Chairman, I motion to approve a referral to the Planning Commission for a review pursuant to CGS 8-24 for the potential sale of 24 Shoreline Drive.
Hang on. Hold on. Ms. Dancho, can you correct the address number? You stated it incorrectly, please.
Did I say, I said 29?
You said 24.
Oh, 29, I said 824 for the potential sale of 29 Shoreline Drive.
Motion been made by Councilman
I'll
Dancho.
second.
I have a second by Mr. O'Brien. Any discussion? Again, just sending to planning for 824. Okay, seeing none, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Any opposed? No opposed. Motion passes 9-0. Thank you for that. Next item on the agenda is item 7. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Mr. Chairman,
Ms. Dancho.
I motion to approve acquiring easements on multiple private properties for the Bruce Brook Flood Mitigation Project.
Okay.
Second.
Motion by Councilman Dancho. I have a second by Councilwoman Rice. Any discussion on this item? Seeing none, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Chair votes aye. Any opposed? No opposed. Motion passes 9-0. Next item on the agenda is item 8. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Mr. Chairman,
Ms. Dancho.
I am happy to make the, motion to approve the Ella Grasso Center, and that Mayor Hordick or her designee is hereby authorized to execute an agreement with the state of Connecticut to accept the conveyance of the Ella Grasso parcel to the town, contingent on the state's final approval of the updated maps and property description.
Okay.
I'll
Motion
second.
made by Councilwoman Dancho. I have a second by Councilwoman Shake. Any discussion? Madam Mayor, do you want to weigh in on anything here? This has been a long time coming, so.
Thank you, Chair. So we thought this was appropriate for most of this council, or a good portion of this council, who has been with us since the beginning of this, for the last 6 years. Before I left the General Assembly, we had this conveyance to the town for the Ella Grasso property. It was, Joe, in 17. Oh, yeah. Sorry. For the record, for those that don't see State Representative Cresco shaking his head side by side, but in essence, it's been a long time coming. We have been advocating for this property to go to the town once the state decided they were going to close the center. So I'm happy to say that after 6 years, we're crossing the finish line, and we thought it was appropriate that this council be the council to accept that conveyance. So that's why we asked it to be on this agenda.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Well said. All right. We'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Any opposed? No opposed. Motion passes 9-0. Next item on the agenda is Sterling House Community Center. I'll entertain a motion for approval.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. O'Brien.
I move that the award of town bid 2024-09 for renovations to Sterling House and construction management services associated therewith in the guaranteed maximum price of $4,474,010 and funded by both grants and Sterling House Community Center Incorporated funds to Turner Construction Company of Shelton, Connecticut, be and is hereby approved, and the mayor is hereby authorized to enter into a contract for such in form satisfactory to the town attorney. And resolve that the building committee of the Sterling House Board of Directors is hereby established as the building committee with regard to the renovations to Sterling House, and as such is authorized to manage this project during the course of construction, including daily communication, scheduling, and monitoring with Turner Construction Company, approval of all change orders, and review and approval of payment requisitions submitted by Turner Construction Company prior to processing payment.
I'll
Motion
second.
been made by Mr. O'Brien, seconded by Ms. Dancho, Councilwoman Dancho. I have that second. Discussion. I just want to thank Amanda and her entire team who's sitting in the back for joining us tonight. So everyone was aware, this is one of those really good things. We got to figure out how to get it done last minute so that Sterling House, which no one has to say what the amazing work that you guys do, can get some great work done in the winter break when the place is empty so that kids can come back and be able to take advantage of this. So we needed to move quickly. So thank you to your board, your staff, to the mayor's administration, Mr. Timniak for working on this, but happy to get this done tonight. So any other discussion?
I just have to make
Mr.
one
O'Brien.
correction. It's never empty, even in the winter, with after-school programs and preschool and everything else.
Thank you for correcting me. You're right. All right, we'll call it for a vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Any opposed? No opposed. Motion passes 9-0. Next item on the agenda is item 10. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like
Mr.
to
Connor.
resolve that Ken Poisson be appointed to the Zoning Board of Appeals commencing December 12, 2023.
Okay. Motion been made by Mr. Connor. Do I have a second? Seconded by Mr. O'Brien. Any discussion on the item? Seeing none, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Any opposed? No opposed. Motion passes 9-0. Next item on the agenda, item 11. I'll entertain a motion to approve. Ms. Dancho.
Motion to approve that Ryan Ehrenhaus of Elm Street be and is hereby appointed as an alternate member of the Zoning Board of Appeals to the expired seat of Ron Ticky with a term that expires January 1st, 2026.
Motion to approve by Councilwoman Dancho. Do I have a second? seconded by Mr. O'Brien. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chair votes aye. Any opposed? No opposed. Motion passes 9-0. Next item on the agenda is item 12. I entertain a motion to approve.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Connor.
I'd like to make a motion to appoint Dave Fuller to the alternate member of the zoning commission of the resigned seat of Christopher Salhavi with the term that expires January 1st, 2025.
Motion by Mr. Connor. Do I have a second? Seconded by Mr. O'Brien. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll call for a vote. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Chair votes aye. Any opposed? No opposed. Motion passes 9-0. The last item on the agenda doesn't require a vote per the charter. It's a council chair appointment. I'm going to appoint Gary Pia is hereby appointed as an alternate member of the Inland Wetlands Commission to the vacated seat of John Waite with a term to expire May 31st of 2026.
Motion to adjourn.
Mr. Poisson, thank you. Mr. O'Brien, everyone have a wonderful evening. It's been a pleasure. Thank you all.